During the winter months, Puerto Vallarta is a top-rated tourist vacation spot. Weather is almost guaranteed to be good, the beaches are varied and wonderful, and the quality and variety of restaurants are a foodie's dream. For the outdoor enthusiasts, there's hiking, swimming, boating, and fishing. And for those of you who love music, there's lots of different shows here, such as Rhythm of the Nights, and almost all the bars feature live bands. You can go on a lot of different excursions here, but unfortunately a lot of these cost significant amounts of money. The good news, however, is there's so much to do here that doesn't cost you very much or is actually free. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The number one free thing to do in Puerto Vallarta is the sunsets. They have some of the most spectacular sunsets I've ever seen. The sun sets around the bay during different months in different locations, but for the most part it's always sinking into the water, sometimes over the mountains. And if there's a little bit of cloud, the sky just lights up in a variety of colors, from a nice burnt orange to a bright red. We always make it a point to watch the sunset either from our condo balcony or from the Malecon. The different angles just make it that much more interesting, and it's always a wonder. While you're at it, listen to the waves. A nice, peaceful, relaxing sound. The most popular free thing you can do in Puerto Vallarta is walk the Malecon. The Malecon, or boardwalk, is 1.6 kilometers or 1 mile long. It runs right along the coast and you get spectacular views of the ocean and beaches. In addition to beaches, there's plenty of shops like the Huichol shop here where you can see some indigenous art. There's also different art museums, but really the highlight is seeing all the different statues along the Malecon. And also along the Malecon, you're going to find plenty of restaurants and bars. So if you want to take a break, you'll have no problem finding a place. The restaurants are all good, and there's a variety of food offered from Mexican, seafood, and even Italian. The highlight for me is walking along the ocean and hopefully spotting a whale or dolphin, but then there's these sculptures, and these sculptures are just ornate and they're spaced out along the entire length and are very interesting to check out. Now, you can get a guided tour of the Malecon where the guide will explain to you what all the statues are and some of the historical significance, but it's also fun to just walk along it and explore it yourself. So in addition to the sculptures, they have this nice bridge over the River Quale, and it gives you nice panoramic views of the bay from the center of it. And sometimes if you look into the water here, you can actually see some crocodiles. It's not unusual. You definitely can spot different birds like pelicans or cormorants, and sometimes iguanas and pelicans in the tree as well. In the center of the Malecon, there's also Las Arcos, or the Arches, and there's an amphitheater there, and this is a good place to go because there's often entertainment here, especially on the weekends. You can also walk the Malecon at night. It's very different, totally different vibe, and very entertaining. Listen to the waves as you stroll along this impressive boardwalk, see the city lights, and watch some of the local entertainment. Normally on Thursdays in front of City Hall, the citizens come out to dance. On Fridays during the high season from November through April, there is folk dancing in the Laszlo Cardenas Park, otherwise known as the Tile Park. It's a great thing to do. What I recommend is you catch the sunset, then you head for dinner, and after dinner you sit along or walk along the Malecon and catch the fireworks show. And on most weekend nights, there's always entertainment in the Arches Amphitheater right across from the Our Lady of Guadalupe Church. Pirates are in the Bay of Banderas near Puerto Vallarta, and every day and evening they sail past us with their boat and shoot off some fireworks. Normally around this time of year, it's about at 8:45. You can see them on the Malecon. It's something that we really enjoy every evening. As you can see, the fireworks display from the boat is very entertaining. You can catch it almost everywhere along the Malecon. We're a little bit farther away on this video, but you can get quite close to it because the ship does come quite close to shore. Normally, the best place to catch it is on the Malecon at the Arches Amphitheater, which is close to the Our Lady of Guadalupe Church. The The fourth free thing to do in Puerto Vallarta is go visit Our Lady of Guadalupe. It's the church located just off the Malecon in the center of town. The church is over 100 years old, it's still active, so you need to be careful if there's a service going on, but they do not mind if you come in and tour it. The architecture on the outside is really interesting, but I really enjoy the crown. I guess the crown has been replaced. It was damaged during an earthquake, but the design remains the same. What's interesting, if you look at it closely, the pillars of the crown are actually angels holding up the crown. They also have a variety of bell towers, but the real highlight is when you go inside and you see how ornate and beautifully decorated it is.
Señor Jesucristo, que dijiste un día, dejar que los niños se acerquen a mí, no se lo impidan, te consagramos.
The fifth free thing to do in Puerto Vallarta is hike up to the Mirador de la Cruz, or the Lookout of the Cross. From the Mirador, you get panoramic views of the bay. You can see the entire city and the mountains around it, which are the Sierra Madre. Only about a 1 kilometer hike and takes about 25 minutes to get there. The sixth free thing to do in Puerto Vallarta is go to one of the markets. There's a Saturday market in the Laszlo Cardenas Park, otherwise known as the Tile Park. Normally starts around 9 o'clock and closes at 2 o'clock. There's food, there's crafts, and what we like the most is live entertainment. The musical entertainment is free, but they do ask for a tip if you can afford it. The seventh free thing to do, and probably my favorite, is walk. And when I say walk, you have the city, but also the beaches. There's miles and miles of beaches to walk in Puerto Vallarta, even in the downtown. You can walk along one of the beaches outside of town, just take a bus ride for about 10 pesos to get to those. Or if you're in the downtown, you can start right at the cruise ship terminal and walk all the way to Conchas Chinas, right along the beach. And a lot of these beaches are perfectly suitable for swimming, so bring along your bathing suit and take a run in and get yourself wet. I don't think it could be much better than that, and best of all, it's free to do these things. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, drop me a note, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible.